Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we are shopping my stash. So first we're going to go over the products that I had in my last basket, and then I'm going to share with you the products that I decided to pull for this basket. And if you've never seen these videos before, generally I switch out the products about every 2 weeks. So I've been playing around with the products in my current basket for about 2 weeks, and I feel like I have a pretty good feel about like how I feel about the products. And I've the way I do these videos is I'm pretty much pulling products from my stash and then I'm like putting them on the chopping block and trying to decide if it's a fragrance or a product that I love and I want to continue to purchase it. So if that's the case, then I feel like it's like, okay, it's worth the shelf space that it takes up, and I may even decide to buy like a backup of it if it's, if I'm not out of it completely. And if it doesn't make the cut, then it will be put into like my use it up stash, and I will finish it up, just kind of get my money's worth out of it, and then I will not repurchase it again. So that's kind of how I do these videos. So let's jump into this last basket. So I had pulled some wax melts, and unfortunately, well, I don't know if it's unfortunate or if it's not, our weather here has been almost like, I don't want to say the perfect temperature, because in all honesty, I would really prefer it to be a little bit cooler by now, but our temperatures have been like mid 60s. So that is kind of like open window weather for me. So I don't generally burn wax melts in the house if I have the windows open, because I feel like it's kind of a waste, because the fragrance just goes right out the window and you really can't smell it. And these last couple of weeks, our weather has just been like that. So it hasn't been hot enough to have the air conditioner on, and it hasn't been cold enough to have the windows closed or have heat on. So I actually did not touch either of these wax melts, so I can't really give you guys my opinion. So the last ones were the Candle Daddy's Fall Fling, which is his sweater scented. Didn't even touch it. Yeah. And then the other one is the Goose Creek Cinnamon Pumpkin. Didn't even touch it. So we're gonna, well, this one is, since it's a fall fragrance, I'm not really feeling fall right now, because in my mind, since Halloween is over, it's Christmas season. So I'm going to take the Fall Fling one out of the basket, but I am going to go ahead and keep this pumpkin one in, the cinnamon pumpkin, because when you smell it on like cold sniff, honestly, you smell more of the cinnamon, which I feel like is very Christmassy. So this to me smells like Christmas, at least in the packaging. So we are actually going to continue to have that in the basket. Now, the body care / hygiene items that I had pulled last month. Let's start with, actually we'll start with this line, this routine. So I had pulled this Native Baked by Melissa Fresh Peach Cupcake Body Wash. This smells so, so good. And I don't think they still have this. I haven't seen it, but it is so good. It's like a sweet peach. Peach is a hit or miss fragrance for me, because as weird as it sounds, sometimes peach can have almost like a cat litter type of a smell to me, or like a cat pee type smell. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? This does not have that at all. This is like a very sweet peach with like a hint of vanilla. It's very, very nice. So this is definitely like a good one. If they still have this, once I run out of it, I definitely would purchase another one. And then I also had this Tree Hut Pink Hibiscus Sugar Scrub. This is beautiful. This is the first time I've used this particular fragrance. And it's just like a beautiful floral with a hint of fruitiness. Really, really like this. This is definitely one that I will continue to purchase, and I may actually get a backup of that one. And then to go along with it, I had pulled the Bath & Body Works Ghoul Friend fragrance. So you guys well, I guess those of you who have seen these videos before, you know that I like a fragrance that is going to last. I need a fragrance that I notice. Like if I put it on and I can't smell it 20 minutes later, for me, that's just definitely a fail. I also really, really like it when other people can smell it and like if they compliment or like, you know, say something about it, that to me is definitely a positive thing. I definitely like a stronger fragrance. And here's the thing too, because I've had comments of like people like disagreeing with me on that, you know, like stronger fragrances give them headaches or whatever. This is my channel. This is my opinion. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying this is like my life and how I do things. If you are somebody who gets migraines from fragrance, if you are someone who is really sensitive to fragrance, obviously you're going to disagree with me. And that is like totally, totally fine. So I don't want people to get the wrong idea. Like my opinion is not like the end all be all. Like this is how I base off of like if I'm going to buy it again. And I always encourage you guys to, even if I don't like a fragrance, try it for yourself because we all have different skin, we all have different pHs, we all have different likes. So this is just my channel that I'm having fun on and I'm giving my opinion, but honestly at the end of the day my opinion doesn't mean anything. So if you are similar to me though and you like a strong fragrance, then obviously I hope you benefit from this. But yeah, I mean, I'm not like the holy grail person, you know what I mean? Like my opinion in the grand scheme of things doesn't mean anything. So please be aware of that. But anyway, so I tend to like a stronger fragrance and the Ghoul Friend was a good one, you guys. The fragrance notes on this are dark strawberries, ghostly peony, and spine-chilling citrus. I feel like it's definitely, you can definitely pick up on that strawberry. And then that like light, the peony, like I wouldn't necessarily be like, oh, that's peony, but you can definitely tell that it's like a floral. So it's almost like a berries and cream with a hint of floral. To me, this is a beautiful fragrance. And I will say this is one of those fragrances that I can put on and I still smell it later in the day. If I put this on at bedtime, when I wake up in the morning, I can still smell it on my pajamas. I got multiple compliments when I was wearing this. One person just basically said, wow, you smell really, really good. Another person like walked into the room and was just like, oh my gosh, it smells like really, really good in here. And like, there was no other fragrances in the room. So I know it was this. So this is definitely for me a keeper. Now, do I feel the need to get a backup? No. Bath and Body Works, at least at this point, has brought this back every single year. So I feel like I'm good with, you know, the ones that I have. And then when it comes out again next year, I may pick up like a backup then. But yeah, I love this one. This was definitely like, I really, really enjoyed that entire routine. So, and then the other one that I had, we'll start here with this. I didn't have a body wash that I pulled with this one, but this is the body scrub. It's the Trader Joe's Pumpkin Body Scrub with exfoliating brown sugar. So this is, I will start by saying I love this. Obviously, like this was brand new when I started and I've used it quite a bit. I don't smell the pumpkin in this at all. Okay, it doesn't say anything about spice because I was going to say I don't smell spice either. This smells like when you are baking cookies and you mix together the brown sugar and the butter, like that first step, you know? That's what this smells like. It smells so good. Like it seriously smells like you could eat it. With that being said, this has like an actual like oil to it. So it does make like the tub or the floor of your tub or your shower a little slippery. So you guys know how I feel about that. I don't usually use products like that in the tub or in the shower just because of that, because I don't want to kill somebody in my family when they go to step in and it's slippery. So I have been using this as like a hand exfoliant in the evenings before bed, and then I will follow up with like a thick moisturizer for my hands, and I have been loving it. So this is definitely a good one, but just be aware that it does have oil to it, so it can get a little slick. And then the fragrance that I had pulled to go along with that is the Bath and Body Works Glazed Pumpkin. So, okay, this one I think for me, remember I said this is my opinion, this was definitely a fail for me. And it's funny because I've mentioned in other videos that like if nobody says anything about it like that, obviously then I can tell that the fragrance isn't very strong. So that's usually like a point off for me. With this one, I actually got a lot of feedback, but the feedback that I received wasn't exactly the feedback that I would have like been like, oh, okay, so this is a good one. So first off, I guess the feedback that I got, one person who said that they did like it is actually someone who doesn't like perfume. So I think the only reason that she said she liked it is because it was very, very, very light. So that was one of the compliments. Another person walked into the room and said that it smelled like air freshener. So I was kind of like, And then the third person said that they thought it smelled like kettle corn. So for me, like as far as like other people's perception of it, I didn't feel like that was like getting it very high points. And then my perception like on my body, because obviously if you're wearing a fragrance, you also want to enjoy it. I just felt like I would put it on and I could smell it, and I thought this smelled very, very similar to the pumpkin pecan waffles that they used to have, only it's much, much lighter. But I feel like the spray itself, like it had that very, very strong alcohol smell when you first put it on. And then for me, I definitely went like nose blind to this very, very quickly. So within 10, 20 minutes, I really couldn't smell it on myself anymore, which I felt like was definitely a bummer because it just felt like by the time the perfume, like the alcohol dissipated, that's about the time I couldn't smell it anymore. So I think moving forward, if for some reason I did feel like I wanted to purchase this again, I would probably only purchase the lotion. That way I'm not getting that alcohol-y type of a smell. But all in all, I don't think I would purchase this one again just because, like I said, other people's perception of it, nobody thought it smelled like glazed pumpkin, first off. And second of all, like I went blind to it. So I could not smell it on myself. And I don't know, that just seems like kind of a pointless product then if I can't even smell it on myself. So it's funny because I actually use the heck out of this because the first one, the Ghoul Friend, I feel like that I formed an opinion on that one pretty quickly because obviously I loved it so much and then other people responded so well to it. But with this one, I actually was using the heck out of it because I was really trying to get a feel for it. So, I mean, you guys can't see because obviously it's like the packaging goes all the way around. But like if I'm holding this up to like the light, this was brand new 2 weeks ago and I am already down to like right here with the spray. So I used all of that just trying to get it to last, trying to get it to be stronger for myself, and it just didn't. So these items are actually going to go in my use it up stash. Honestly, I'm hoping to use the spray quickly. I may use this like on my bedding or as like a room spray or something just to get rid of it. And then this the lotion I will probably use as like a nighttime lotion, or if I'm just not feeling like smelling too strong, like if there's a day that I'm just kind of like more in a more mellow mood, at least with the lotion I'm not going to get the heavy alcohol smell. So that is definitely, that's kind of where I felt on those items. So let me know in the comments though if you agree with me or disagree with me if you got the glazed pumpkin. Do you feel like it's very similar to the pumpkin pecan waffles that they used to have, just a lot lighter? Because I remember having the pumpkin pecan waffles one, and that was one that I feel like did last for quite some time. And once the alcohol dissipated, it actually did smell really, really good. So I don't know, I just felt like it was similar. Anyway, so let's get into what I decided to pull for this next basket. So obviously, like I said, we're going to keep this Goose Creek Cinnamon Pumpkins wax melts in there. And then my best friend actually sent this to me, so I decided this would be a fun one. And it is from a company called Oak and Rye, which I'm not really sure where she got this from, but the scent is sweet caramel. So I thought that sounds good. And it is caramel, but again, it has like a very, very strong cinnamon note to it, which I love. So we're going to go with that. And then the first routine that I decided to go with is kind of like an apple routine. So I decided to pull the Dove Apple Caramel Crumble, which I have not played with this one yet this year. As you can see, it is completely unused. And it's hard to tell in the bottle because it's not super strong. But I know with some of the other Dove body washes, they don't smell super strong in the bottle, but then when you actually put them on a loofah or a washcloth, the scent kind of pops. So yeah, I'm not getting like a huge amount of scent with this one, so definitely excited to kind of play with it. And then to go along with it, I also pulled the Dove Apple Caramel Crumble Body Scrub. which again, I haven't used this. It's still brand new. And yeah, again, you don't really smell a whole lot in the jar, so we will see. And the actual fragrance that I decided to pull to go with that is the Bath and Body Works Champagne Apple and Honey, which I have never used this fragrance before. Obviously, I just got this year, and I know they've had this, or at least I'm pretty sure they've had this one in years past, but I have never jumped on the bandwagon. I've never picked these ones up. So this is brand new to me. So I'm definitely excited to see how I feel about it. The scent notes in this are crisp apple, sparkling champagne, jasmine honey, and autumn woods. So I'm definitely, like, the apple is there. I'm assuming it's, what did they say it was? The sparkling champagne. There is something about this that has a very similar scent to champagne toast. That's probably the champagne. I'm not smelling jasmine. And I don't know what autumn woods is, but I'm not really smelling anything woody in this. So it'll be fun to play with that. And then my other routine that I decided to pull is, well, we'll start with this. This is the Caress Exfoliating Shea Butter and Brown Sugar Body Wash. I have not used this. As you can see, it is still brand new. This is an interesting smell in the bottle because shea butter and brown sugar. I am not smelling brown sugar at all, especially like when you think about the fact that this is brown sugar. Like this and this smell absolutely nothing alike. So I'm assuming it must be the shea butter in this is like toning that brown sugar down a lot. But again, that's in the bottle. I haven't put it on a loofah yet. It smells really good though. So we will see about that one. And then the sugar scrub that I decided to pull is the Bodycology Caramel Indulgence. So obviously this is brand new. I've never used, ooh, it smells good. I have never used this particular scent before, but I also have never used Bodycology sugar scrubs before, like the formula in any fragrance. So not only am I excited about the fragrance, trying that out, but I'm excited to see about the formula and the performance of their sugar scrubs, because obviously they have quite a few different sugar scrubs, like different fragrances. So if it's a good one, I'm excited to try some of their other ones. And then I actually decided to pull a body oil to go with this one also, because I had it in my stash and I kind of need to start like working through it. This is the Alba Botanica Hawaiian Body Oil, and it's in the Deep Moisturizing Kukui Nut. So this, honestly, it smells very, very similar to the Sol de Janeiro, what is it, the Turosa 62? The one that's like caramel and pistachio. You guys know it. It's like the popular one. This, honestly, it smells very, very similar. It's got to be that like nutty type scent. That's got to be what it is. So I decided to pull that. And then the actual fragrance itself that I'm going with is the Bodycology Caramel Indulgence. So if you guys saw my last like girly Walmart haul, you saw that I picked this up. It is brand new this year. This is like something they just came out with, and I have not tried it yet. So I'm very, very excited. And this is supposed to be like their version of the Turosa 62. So we will see how that goes. I tend to really, really like the Bodycology items. Like, surprisingly, sometimes I feel like these, not all, because I have tried some fragrances that I'm not totally hipped on, but a lot of times I feel like these last longer and have more fragrance than the Bath and Body Works ones. So I'm excited to see where this one falls. And then the very, very last thing in this basket is, this is actually another thing that my best friend sent me, and I'm super excited about it. It is the Trader Joe's Cinnamon Roll Lip Mask. So it's just, basically it's a lip balm, but it's in a jar. But cinnamon roll, like, are you for real? Oh, that's going to be so good for this time of year. So I am so excited to dig into this and give it a try. She also had given me, that was like last summer, she gave me the Trader Joe's strawberry lip mask, and it is so good. So I have like really high hopes for that. I think it's going to be really, really good if it's anything like the strawberry. So that is it, you guys. That's everything everything that I decided to pull for this current basket. Let me know in the comments down below if you've tried any of these items and what your opinion was. Do you agree with me on like some of the stuff that I tried in the, the past basket? Or do you think that like maybe you're different? Maybe you like a very, very light scent. Maybe you don't like heavy fragrances. Maybe you like more of the gourmand over like the florals and the fruities. I want to know all about it down in the comments. And also let me know if you do anything similar to this. Do you have, like, do you pull products for like a week period or a 2 week period, or do you just like every single shower grab something different? I would just be curious to know. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me for a little bit, and I will see you very soon.